Why am I having to look for Cousin Charlie? You know, that's what I want to know. Good morning, everybody. We're about to be right with you. Hey, we're going to call this the introductory show for Morning Grind. Everybody's probably already at work. And we're going to turn this into a radio show. Whitney, hi, baby. Baby, hi, baby. Hey.
You're 30 seconds late to the party.
Cousin Charlie, you're supposed to be here at 8:30. You're not. What's your explanation? You're dicking around the office. Now, by the way, we're eventually going to move this over to GoodTimeTommy on the Facebook. Swifty, you can come in here too, Swifty. We're eventually going to move this to a more mature audience on the GoodTimeTommy page. Now, let me tell you what this show is going to be about. This is going to be just a morning. I don't know. Can we go 30 minutes? Will people pay attention to us for 30? I can go all damn day. I mean, this is what I do. This is very enjoyable for me. So what I really want to do in the mornings, I don't want to limit this talk to anything. I like to get a little circle of us and talk about things. Of course, I can lead off with the topics because I'm a selfish only kid. And if you've got any questions or comments, please post them. Now, we're going to make this a radio show, correct?
Yeah.
This will eventually be an internet radio show. So we're not limiting this to anything. I do appreciate the likes, by the way. And I don't know if I would tell you to share this show because the subject matter could get a little risque, especially from the CFC boys over. I don't know exactly what I'll say, but so be careful about sharing this show. Okay, this is only going to be us for now. But I don't know if it'll be bad. But here's what I'm going to start off the day with. And I want everybody to learn from this, and everybody should have a little input. This morning, I go to the gym every single morning. I'm always at the gym. I don't work out that hard, but I go. And this morning, it's like 5:55, and I see one of my good buddies, Dr. Chesney, in there. Dr. Brad Chesney. He's a phenomenal guy. Okay. He's that guy that's always in a good mood. He's always smiling. He's an OBGYN or whatever that term is. Maybe that's why he's in a good mood. I don't know. But he goes around and he just always greets people. He seems like he's always happy. Things always kind of go his way. So this morning, I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's like, oh, man, just excited about the weekend. I was like, what do you got going on? He's like, well, it's just me and my daughter. We're going to Memphis for a soccer tournament. I immediately thought, damn, you got to give up your Saturday to drive 4 hours with your daughter to watch her play. No, I'm just being honest. That's how I think. That's how selfish I am. This morning before I left, I was telling Brittany, I am selfish. And you know what? She agreed with that. Brittany, do you really think I'm selfish? I think we're all selfish. I think we are all afraid to admit that we're selfish.
We all need to be selfish.
I think you do need to be selfish. Michael Bass would argue that to be the best form of you, you do need to be selfish. Yeah. Now, at what point do you start taking advantage of that so much to where the other people around you suffer? You've got to know how much you're willing to give before it becomes a problem for other people. As an only child, I don't know. Hey, I go past that line and I'm way over here looking around thinking, well, I'm going to move the line with me. So I really feel like a lot of people out there, maybe they're not selfish. Maybe they're so selfless that they are unhappy because they're constantly doing things for other people. Right. They can't become happy. Now, everybody here, we got a big audience here now. So if y'all have a question or something you want to input, I want y'all to, because this is going to be a hit radio show. Roy Frazier, our guy. Hey, Roy, do you see? Hey, you're always with us, Roy Frazier. You're always with us. So, Cousin Charlie, do you feel like you're selfish?
Yes.
Do you?
I do.
Now, tell me why you think you're selfish. Don't be scared, Cousin Charlie. Don't run from the camera. Why do you think you're selfish?
Well, when I've got a wife and several daughters, do I take the time to give them what they need at the end of the day after working hard? Or is it, you know what, I've worked hard all day, I've talked to people, I get home, I'm tired, I want to do what I want to do now, even though I haven't seen them for the past 8 hours.
Now, Cynthia Martin calls that crumbs. When Ronnie comes home, hey, I hope you don't mind me talking about your family, but Cynthia calls that crumbs. So you come home, you're tired. I'm sure Linda comes home, she's tired. But for her, she's probably given more than you're feeling like.
Probably has.
She probably does, Charlie, because you're selfish, you're a man. Now, Swifty, you over there. Let's ask you, Swifty, do you feel like you're selfish?
Absolutely.
How selfish are you?
Probably pretty selfish.
Let's brag about how selfish you are.
Make it a good thing.
Let's talk about it, because it's okay to be selfish.
Well, I'm the youngest of 3 siblings, so everything has to be done on my way.
What do you do when things don't go your way with
I
amongst
get mad, Tommy.
Who do you get mad at?
I just get mad in general.
Oh,
And that's when we got clear space.
Angry Swifty. Mike French, how are you doing? Mike French, are you selfish? Hey, let's come back up here to me, because I'm selfish. Kathleen, let's put you on the hot spot. Do you feel like you're selfish?
I'm learning to be. I'm learning.
Oh, so you're the person that's probably too selfless.
Right.
You're always giving.
Right. So I'm learning these past 2 years to be selfish.
Now, how does the people around you got like 45 kids and a husband, how does your family feel when mama's being selfish now?
They're having to learn.
Hey, I don't like mama acting like this.
I
So,
have to make my own sandwich.
so hey, I'm gonna be very transparent with how selfish I am, okay? And I don't want you to judge me. I just want you to know. I think it's very okay to admit that you're selfish. I think it's okay. I think that's where the awareness starts for you to overcome being selfish. So Brittany has not said anything. Brittany,
She's going to steal your viewers. She's going to go live right now.
you going live again? Are you still on here, Brittany Renee? I haven't seen you comment.
Oh, she has a comment.
Well, I haven't seen her comment since that comment. I think Brittany Renee may have gotten on here and got credit, then hopped off, I'm afraid. So, Mickey, how?
Will Cousin Charlie be on the show?
Well, being selfish with your personal time from time to time is okay. I think selfish is a negative word. It is a negative word. It does have a negative connotation. Brittany Renee is here. Mickey, it does have a selfish connotation. You probably didn't think I knew that. So the other day, Brittany Renee said, look, here on Sunday, we are going to have family day. Okay, Sunday, there's a Christmas parade, there's all these things going on, and she asked me if I would go. And I was intentionally messing with her. I tried to go vague, and she asked, and I'm like, maybe. I did the Cousin Charlie. He does the 5. On a scale from 0 to 10, how excited are you? He's always at a 5. You don't know where he stands. So I was just messing with her because honestly, I'm like, damn, she thinks I'm so selfish. She's got to ask me to go and do this with her. So I was kind of tortured. She hadn't said anything else about it. She probably still doesn't know if I'm going to go. She maybe even feel like she's going to have to say something to me about it. But hey, here's how I think. Okay, if we were dissecting, I did say maybe, but I was kind of messing with you, baby, when I said maybe. So here's how selfish I'm wired.
I'm going to surprise her and walk in the parade.
I don't think Swifty said I was going to surprise her and walk in the parade. That's not me, unfortunately, because I'm an only child. Here's where my thoughts default to, okay? I start thinking, what's going on Sunday at 2 o'clock? What's going on Sunday at what football game? Because that's really what I want to do on Sunday. But see, she gives me my Saturdays. Well, now Saturday sucks because there's no more college football game. Now the selfish part of me wants Sunday. Well, I want Saturday and Sunday now. I'm not going to take Sunday, Brittany Renee. I don't want you to think that. But that's how I'm thinking. Well, Sunday. Here's another thing. And we'll take more questions if you got any or comments. Brittany Renee's best friend's getting married September 1st. Which you didn't know I have a float and you're walking by it. And
The navigator's here.
the navigator, Progar, is here. Hey, Progar can bring some knowledge about how selfish people are, how selfish I am. So, Brittany Renee's, Carrie Ann's here. How are you doing, buddy?
Look at this selflessness.
Listen, here's some people call it selfish. I call it taking care of yourself, however you want to call that. So Brittany Renee's best friend is getting married September 1st. Anybody getting married in September is selfish, I think. You know why, Swifty?
Oh, because of
That's
football.
football.
That's college football. On a Saturday in the fall, they're getting married.
That's the
I
opening
got married on
weekend.
game day.
That's the opening weekend.
That
of
is
college
opening
football.
weekend of college football. It just so happens this year Notre Dame is playing Michigan. on September 1st. I have been sweating, thinking, damn, Brittany will not understand if I try to weasel out of going to that wedding to watch this guy. I ain't going to the game, but
Just wear an earpiece.
well, I mean that ain't the same. I want to watch the game, but how would Brittany understand if I miss? I think she's like the maid of honor. I mean, like the number one person up there. That's how close they are.
I'll go
But
ahead
it's-
and put it in your calendar for you.
But it's Notre Dame, Michigan. So I have been sweating. It's December. I'm already nervous about this conversation. The schedule and the times were released last night. I'm the maid of honor. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's right. Whatever. The number one. We call it the number one. So hey, thank God Notre Dame's playing that game at night. So hopefully her best friend is not getting married at night. Surely she won't do that to me, will she?
But the after part, like the reception part.
There'll be a TV there, but does that make me sound selfish?
I totally understand where you're coming from, but you are going to be selfish by giving that day up for Brittany. Selfless.
Selfless. Is she being selfish for taking that? Now,
No.
let me tell you this.
No.
Hey, this is a good debate going on. Right? Now, Brittany, I don't want you to lock the doors. Hey, Hodges, watch it. I see that. So, think about this. I think I can count on one hand how many Notre Dame games I've missed since 1987. Do you know how committed that is? Do you know?
Are you more committed to Brittany or your
Ooh.
Now, Lisa is no longer a part of the show, but think about that. Now, Lisa just asked me, am I more committed? She isolated this. That's sales training over here. What's more important to you, Brittany or Notre Dame football? See, so whenever you put it like that, only a selfish person would put it like that. I think only.
If everything's a negotiation, what's wrong with August 25th?
Swifty had a good point. Why not? Why not? Joy Petty says DVR. Swifty says, why not negotiate the week before? Why can't you do? Hey, I'm available.
You're taking him in a hole.
No,
Uh-uh.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Nagy said I'm going to miss another one. I think Brittany Renee will allow. She will allow me, as long as I am there, she will, like, I would say Brittany Renee, as long as I'm at that wedding and the wedding's at 4 o'clock, she would not be offended. If I was there and I was present during an hour or two, she would not be offended if I went home to watch that game.
I would advise not.
Brittany Renee, I think Brittany Renee, she is extremely cool. As long as I go there and I'm very present for an hour, I think. You say no.
No.
What do you say, Cousin Charlie?
I say no.
You say I missed the Notre Dame. Now, keep in mind, I am looking forward to this just the same way her best friend's looking forward to that wedding. I know that sounds
Sneaking out
insane.
the reception, I think you would actually be okay.
That's what I'm talking about, Swifty, is getting out of the reception.
I would say no.
Nagy says bad move.
Yeah.
So is it a bad move?
That's even more
Because
selfish.
it's not Brittany's fault that they put the wedding on that day. She had nothing to do with it.
Brittany, are you still here? Are you on your way up here? Hey, Brittany, are you on your way up here? You changing those locks?
She's on Comcast, put me back on that other channel.
Well, so does that make me? How selfish does this make me sound?
Very.
Does it? Honest? Oh, considering I'm still maid of
Yeah,
honor.
I agree. Watch it from your phone. Go to the bathroom. Watch it. But
Oh.
you gotta be-
Hey, you went so fast I didn't even see what you said, Brittany. Sorry.
Ooh, I need you there.
Oh.
Yeah. Aw.
So she
I
is
think it had to be
right.
her
Now
name.
see, now look, here's what's so good about communication. Because if you don't communicate from both sides, you don't understand one another. So when she says something like that, read that to us,
Okay.
please.
Considering I'm still a maid of honor and not matron of honor, I need you there. I can't have people thinking there's no hope for me.
So that's, well, really, if I now I'm clear on why I need to be there. Now, if I'm not there, that is a direct reflection of how I support Brittany Renee. See, because we're going to be married one of these days. Say, hey, I'm saying that. I'm committing at a slow pace. But one of these days, that's right. All that stuff's coming. But no, she's exactly right. So what that does is it makes me no longer fight the urge to want to watch that game. Always. Hey, now, let's not get all. Hey, are you trying to turn the audience against me, Brittany Renee?
Team Brittany.
We need to get shirts out there, Team Brittany, Team Brittany. So, hey, by what she said, now look, if Brittany Renee did not articulate that to me, and this just happened on this big time show we've got going on.
What's that called? What's our show called?
The Morning Grind with GTT. So this is just how powerful communication is. See, there's a lot of understanding with women. You understood why I needed to be there. I'm a selfish individual that did not have full understanding of why I needed to be there. Now I see it. Now my selfish barriers have been what is that called? Lowered. My selfishness have been lowered, and now I can look clearly at why she would be upset. No matter if I've been a Notre Dame fan for 35 years and I never miss a game, and somebody does a wedding on a Saturday. Now, here's what would be perfect. God could bless me, and he could have this wedding at 3 o'clock and the reception at 4, and maybe at the reception they'll have a TV. You never know. Now, okay, this brings up a whole other point. Let's say there is a TV at the wedding reception, and I somehow finagle that TV on the NBC so I can watch that game. And I'm giving a lot of attention to that game while Brittany's there having fun. Am I still showing support, or am I being that selfish guy like, damn, Brittany's boyfriend, hey, we'll be fiance. Brittany's fiance is over there watching TV. He's an ass.
I don't know. As long as you were there in the moment, I don't know. I think because I understand, like, my husband loves football, but he's there. But
Where you with, man? We got everybody in here with, man. Except me.
To me, if you're there for me, you need to be there for me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not getting any comments from Brittany. I don't know where she is. Weatherman, of course, is sitting here. He is with his new BFF. So, Cousin Charlie and Swifty, how would you guys handle? Cousin Charlie, you're 5, so you can't even answer this. You don't care enough. Swifty, let's say opening game next year. Alabama is playing Clemson. Opening game. And one of your wife's best friends is getting married at the same time. What would you do?
I would go. I'd just check the scores often.
Would you be miserable?
No. I might
But
record
don't
the game.
complain all day.
I might record the game.
Yeah, record it.
It just ain't the same. It ain't the same.
It ain't the same if people tell you scores and
Yeah.
everything else before you can get the...
So you would go, now, this brings up another point. How long have we been going? Do you know what time it is?
15, 20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes? Okay.
18 minutes.
18 minutes. Cousin Charlie speaking up. Okay. Do you believe this? Now, this is something. Where are you, Brittany Renee? Are you still here? Fake the old stomach bug. Weatherman must be bored. Sitting in his car.
Balance,
Who said that?
Brittany. So I she may be on.
Okay. Here's something that I believe. Do you believe you've got to go? Do you have to feel good and be in a good mood and happy to go do stuff like this? I don't think you do. No. I think you just fight off that emotion and you show support to your significant other. Really? You tell? I don't know what you're asking, Angela, kid. I don't know. I've moved on. This is delayed, so you go ahead and post it. So like this morning, I was talking to a group of people at the Mac. That's what I do when I go, Cousin Charlie. I'm very, very social. And I was talking to a group, and it was a group of girls that train with Jenny Hutchins and Philip Bobo, his wife. And we were talking about something, and I think the women were like, well, hey, you can't let her see you're in a bad mood to do that. I disagree. I think it's all about committing to your partner, I don't think you've got to be happy to go do things. You don't have to say, you know what, I'm looking forward to this. Are you upset? Let me ask, let's put you on the spot. Let's put the girls on the spot. Let's put Kathleen, the sensitive one that is very selfless, on the spot. Let's say you got something lined up for Dave. He's been out on the road for a week. He comes home. You really have gone through a lot of work. You have took the initiative to do a lot of things for the family, and Dave's got a little look on his face like, damn, I just want to go to bed. He ain't looking excited. How does that make you feel?
I mean, yeah, I think you don't have to be excited for it, but you just have to.
But does it hurt your feelings?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
it does hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should the man have to act like he's happy?
No, just
It's
don't
like
complain about it.
Yeah. Because then you're wasting a day, and now it's going to be another 2 days.
Well, here's
Because then you're going to suck the joy out of it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so when the man looks, damn, I don't want to go do this, I'm being negative. A lot of times, the way the day will go will be how people react from each other.
Yeah.
So how should the woman react when the man, you've done all the work, the man has heard about it, he's pissed off, he don't want to do it, he's complaining, he's bitching, the kids hate him. So how should the woman react to the man?
Well, how long has he known about this? If he just came home and it was
24
like
hours.
surprise,
24 hours.
okay, then
Well, he's
as a
bitching
wife,
about
then
it.
I need to give him.
He's
at least
bitching about it
some time.
the moment she told him. Damn, I got to do that. That's what he's
Just leave it in
thinking.
the whole day, and then like,
Yeah.
don't even.
Well,
talk.
Yeah, don't even
okay,
talk.
well, see, I think people have got to fight through that stuff. I think you've got to train your emotions to say, hey.
I expect you to be here. You're my husband. I do stuff for you.
Now, let me ask you.
You give and
Yeah.
take in a relationship.
Yeah.
So
You do give and take, but what if he's a little upset at first? Now, here's what I found.
I give him all day Saturday football, so you got to eat
Okay.
something.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah, he'll be upset at first.
He'll be up. Now, how will you react to him being upset?
If he'll explain why. I'm tired. I've been traveling. I don't want to go on a trip. Okay, now I understand. Like how Brittany.
Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
Okay, I
So-
totally get. And then I might be like, oh, okay, maybe you don't need to come, Bird.
No, he still
I
needs to do
appreciate
it.
you doing
No,
it.
we need to do things even when we don't want to do it
Right.
as partners.
Right.
I would rather be at the house watching the Notre Dame game
Right.
against Michigan, and I think that's okay if that's
Right.
what I'd rather do. It's not okay if I don't go and show Brittany support.
Right.
A lot of times, here's what I have found. A lot of times we dread things and we got a bad attitude. Once we get there, we're like, damn, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So don't react too quick. See, I think women, hey, no offense to all my ladies out there, I think a woman reacts a lot of times emotionally when a man says something. And I think a lot of times, unfortunately, I don't want to lose my lady viewers. I think they make the situation worse because of how they react, and it just blows up. Just get drunk and make an ass of yourself so you never get invited again.
Oh,
Scott Nay. Hey, Brittany loves me hanging out with Scott Nay. I mean, can you see? Good influence on me. Brittany, your fiance, hey, we'll be engaged. Your fiance, you need to get him out of here. He's having too much fun. But no, that was a great point. If people, instead of getting mad, if people would, instead of getting mad and reacting or getting passive aggressive, if you would just articulate and communicate why you're being, why you are feeling the way you're feeling, it makes things flow a lot easier. Instead, what we normally do, our pride gets in the way. We sulk, we get mad, we create distance, we create separation. We move on, and we want the other person to come fix it. Right. But we don't want to play a part in it. Well, a partnership, you both have to agree, hey, let's make this work. Right. Cousin Charlie, are you here?
I'm here.
All I can see is your damn ear sticking into this. Let's go ahead and get you in here. Hey, what do you have to say about this guy? Cousin Charlie, you're a guy out there. Linda runs the household, obviously. I'm just kidding. I don't know how it works over there. But in your house, you know, how do you handle these situations? Is the woman just always right? Should the woman always get to be right, get whatever she wants?
No, she's not always right, but there's times like last night.
Hold up.
Should we
Hold
put that in
Cousin Charlie, are you sure you want to say this? Are you sure?
What did I say?
I don't know. Are you
Linda's
sure you
not
want
always
to?
right.
Are you sure you want to say anything
No, I'm not
before you
sure.
get into the hot seat? You see, you're on the hot seat.
I'll say it.
All right.
There are times where Linda wants to do something. Like last night, I didn't want to go to a ball game, but I know it was important for her.
Was it for her or for
For
your
her
kids?
school.
Oh, so your kids were not in
No,
that?
kids weren't even playing.
Oh,
She's just
okay.
going to support
Okay.
her
Okay.
students that are playing in the ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's going to be a good teacher. The last thing I want to do is go sit at a gym. I wanted to do what I wanted to do.
Did she see you're angry?
Yeah, she knew I didn't want to go.
Okay.
I told her I didn't want. She's like, but I want you to.
Okay.
But you know what? So many times with work, I call her last minute. Hey, I can't come. I can't do this. And then it's her doing everything by herself.
Raising the kids, picking the kids up.
Yeah, she's doing everything.
Feeding
You know, 10 o'clock at night, she's still running strong doing stuff, and I'm wanting to sit down. So it's important for her to be there. I kind of complained a little bit, but you know what? Then we got in the car, we're on our way there. I was fine. I ended up having a good time.
That's usually what happens.
So, you know, so many times I think we dread something when really it's not that bad.
It's just the fact that you've got to go do something in that moment. Maybe you don't want to do it. But once you get there, you usually will make the best out of it. Like Scott Nagy said, to get drunk at the wedding. Hey.
He lives here now, right? So you have a place to stay.
Well, I think Scott probably lives here about 12 weeks. I'm estimating probably 12 weeks out of the year. So here's how I'm going to close this, okay? And this is something you got to think about that you don't think about. Usually we take for granted. And I always talk about support. Losing somebody's support. So let's just take somebody that can be very beneficial to me in my life, in my movement. For me, that would be John Jones. John Jones has given me a platform to where I can thrive under or on or whatever you want to call it. So when John Jones comes to me and he needs me to do something, whether I want to do it or whether I don't want to do it, I've got to do things to show how I support him and what he wants. Because if I keep showing him that I will not support him, he can turn off that little switch of support to me. So this is the way relationships, partnerships, whatever you want to call them, you support each other. Good partnerships, good marriages, good relationships consistently support the other person. So whenever you stop showing support, sooner or later, if you're getting all the support, the other person's not getting any support back, how long? Now everybody's got their threshold before they're going to turn off their support valve. So how long will it be? I think that's, it's probably different in every relationship. So here's what I focus on. I really try to focus on this, believe it or not. I am an only child. I am selfish, but I want to out leverage people with my support that I can give them, which puts me in control. That's a great position to be in. And I'm not trying to manipulate people. I just want people to feel like, hey, that's somebody I need on my side. Because, there's people out there, and I'm not going to name anybody's names, but let's just say if they're looking, I was telling Brittany about this. Hey, you need to watch her. She was on Joe Hafner's 30-second little words of wisdom. I forgot what the name of it is. But let's just say if you want to buy something, you're looking around, and you're only thinking about you getting your product at the absolute cheapest price, which that's what most people are doing. That's what they're thinking. They're thinking, how can I save all the money and make this a 100% win for me? Now, when you do that, you're probably cutting off support for somebody. I like to support local people. If I support somebody local, I want to get support back from them. So here's what I tell people: whenever you use us for your real estate needs, that means now you should feel entitled to getting our support. So that means if you ever are raising money for something, hey, I did business with you, I'm calling you back. You should feel like that. So if you pick somebody only based off it's the lowest price, it's just a 100% win for you, you could be missing out on something that's a lot more valuable, and it's that person's support, their influence, how they could help you. I think I've been going about 30 minutes. Is anybody still on here?
It's almost 30 minutes.
Cousin Charlie's the timekeeper this morning. He's ready to go. Lisa, is there anything you'd like to add? Nothing? Swifty?
Nothing.
Roll Tide?
Yeah, roll tide.
Swifty said roll Tide. Kathleen, is there anything you'd like to say?
I think this is awesome.
So, I believe your commitment should outweigh your emotion of how you feel about doing something. So, whenever,
Right.
you know, and I don't want to sound like on Sunday, I don't want to go, because I am looking.
Right.
If I did not go with Brittany and Nicholas on Sunday, and I was sitting at home, I'd feel like just a dirt bag at home, sitting there flipping channels, bored, thinking, damn, I wonder what they're doing now. I bet they're having fun or doing something. So, again, you don't want to lose support of the people that are around you the way you can really, unless they're just selfish people. The way you can almost guarantee not losing their support is to always support them, probably more than they support you. So everybody, have a great day. Thank you for staying on here for
For the morning grind.
Cousin Charlie.
Trying to be you.
Are you trying to be out?
Maybe.
She said I already missed out on the ice skating. Now look, I did have a bad Achilles that day. I can barely walk. She wanted me out there ice skating.
Well, I could see you going, but just not getting on the ring.
What day was
They
that?
give you those
That's
double
right.
blades.
And they have that
Training
little
wheels.
line.
Looks
I
like a
could
walker.
have a walker. You got those
That
out
would have
there?
been a perfect picture opportunity.
Out there. Well, hey, I can make it up to you. I missed it, but that does not mean I can't make it back up. I'm gonna make it
Great
up.
date night.
All right, kids, thank you so much. Y'all have a great day. Have a great weekend, and remember this: support people more than they support you. And that way you're always going to have a little bit of a leg up on your peeps. See you, friends.